Okay, just a little while ago I was given this boat in lieu of some work. The thing had been sitting in the bush for 20 years. It was awful filthy. I've put new seats in it. There's the old ones, all ripped and very badly weathered. But the engine is a Chrysler 55 and it had no spark. All the wiring was rotted off, so I had to replace almost every single wire on it. And now I have to test it, and when I was testing it, I found that one of the coils wasn't working. One of the magnetos. It's got a double magneto system, but can't source a coil for it. Magneto, can't find them. So I'm going to create one out of magneto for an Evinrude, and I'll show you how that is done. Okay, so after a little bit of persuasion and bending the tab down, because there's a tab here, it has to be bent down. Now I can pop this coil off. Just like that. That's the bad coil. But this is the piece I need. But these have plates on them. Each one of these plates is about 1 millimeter thick. So if I take off my top plate and my bottom plate, that'll center the new coil. But I also have to grind it this way a little bit so that it fits in there. It is just a couple millimeters too wide going this way. So I'll have to grind that in order to make that fit. This one took a little bit more persuasion with a hammer in order to pop it loose, but I'll show you that in a bit. Okay, now here you can see the difference. It's quite dramatic. Okay, after taking off one of the plates, I realized that they're only 1/2 millimeter thick, so I had to take 4 off in order to get everything close here. Pardon the camera work here. Okay, so I'm at 10.08 millimeters. Looks better if I'm actually on the tip. There we go. 9.86, 9.84. So pretty darn close. It's as close as I'm going to get it. A little bit of super glue in between, and that'll be just perfect. But just to show that I've taken some off of both sides. Took 2 plates off of that side, 2 plates off of that side. Now I just gotta grind it to width so it matches the same width as the other one. That's the same width. I'll put the wire coil on there, super glue it in place, and I'll be good. Okay. Now, if I take a caliper to this, I'm at 11.03, and I go to the old one. I don't know if you can see it. I'm at 11.02, so it should work. 11.04 in that area. So should slide on nicely. Okay, after getting the coil on there, I found the corner of the coil is touching right here. So I'm going to have to file this just a little bit in the corner here to bring it down that extra 2 millimeters. As you can see daylight through underneath there. So take this corner off a little bit, and try again. And there we go, after a couple minutes with the file. It's just down on there relatively nice. Good and tight. And you can throw a little bit of super glue on it. Put it in the boat, see how she works. Okay, so now after a lot of playing around, I've pushed the wire back into the new wiring. The old one comes out the back end, the new one comes out the side. So I'm hoping that it's not going to rub on the flywheel. Had to do a little bit of filing on that edge so that it doesn't touch. Now we got it bolted on. Put the points back together, the capacitor in, and give it a test. I'll show you that when I get to that point. Okay, I've ran into one more snag. This thing, the wire that goes to my points, is a little bit too short. My points are about 1/4 inch out of place. So I have to cut this wire and extend it. So I'm going to do that, cut it, solder it together, heat trace, and extend it out a little bit. I'll be back. Alright, that's what it looks like assembled. The new coil wiring on the old metal pieces. I gotta set my points, and then I'll do a test, and I'll run a video at that point in time, see how it works. Alright, after a little bit of playing around, I finally got her back together. Now we just gotta throw some fuel in the carburetor and do a quick test fire.
Okay, go ahead. Easy. Keep going. Okay, try again. Start firing. It's like going to. You're actually slowing the engine down.
There you go.
Alright, it fires, it works.